Good morning, students. Higher Secondary, second year, Computer Science, Unit 2, Lesson 7, Python Functions, Part 2. In last class, we learnt about the definition of function, types of functions, defining functions, advantages of functions, calling the function, how to call the functions, how to pass the parameters to the function, various types of arguments, function arguments, various types of function arguments that are required arguments with example, keyword arguments with example program, default arguments, and finally variable length arguments with example programs. In this class, we are going to see about the lambda or anonymous function. We are going to see about the lambda or anonymous function. In Python, anonymous function is a function that is defined without a name. If a function has no name or defined without a name, that function is called lambda function or anonymous function. While normal functions are defined using the def keyword, in Python, anonymous functions are defined using the lambda keyword. Here this function is defined with a special keyword that's called lambda. Hence, anonymous functions are also called as lambda functions. What are the uses of the lambda or anonymous function? There are two uses, so it may be asked for 2 more questions. Lambda function is mostly used for creating a small and one-time anonymous function. Second one, lambda functions are mainly used in combination with the function like filter, map, and reduce functions. Syntax of the anonymous function or lambda function. Lambda followed by argument list followed by colon with expression. Here see the example. Here lambda keyword is special keyword is given, so this function is called lambda function or anonymous function. This function has no name, but the common keyword is using here. We are using here, that's called lambda, followed by argument list. Here there are 2 arguments are given. First one arg1, second argument is arg2. Second argument is arg2, followed by colon, then the expression. Here the expression is arg1 plus arg2 is given. So this function is called lambda function. This lambda function is called by using the variable name sum. This lambda function is assigned to the variable name sum. This function is called by giving the name of the variable, that is sum. Here 2 arguments are given, 30 and 40. First argument 30 is passed through the argument arg1. Second argument is passed to the value of arg2. So arg1 the variable assigned by 30, arg2 will be assigned by the value of 40. So the arg1 plus arg2, this expression giving the value 30 plus 40 70, that is assigned to the sum. So the sum is 70. In the another print statement, we are giving the 2 values, different values, minus 30 and 40. These values passed to the 2 arguments arg1 and arg2 and giving the value final sum value minus 30 plus 40, that is equal to 10. The above lambda function that adds argument arg1 with the argument arg2 and stores to the result in the variable sum. The result is displayed using the print statement. We are going to see this example by using the IDLE window. File open, anonymous function. Here This is the lambda function. Lambda, we are giving the keyword followed by argument list, followed by colon, followed by an expression arg1 plus arg2. When this statement is assigned to the value variable sum, we are calling this statement by using the calling by the variable name sum of 30 and 40. These two values are passing through the variables arg1 arg2 and give the final value 70. These two values are also passed to these two arguments arg1 arg2 and give the value 10. We are going to run this program or execute the program by using the run module or by F5 key. The answer is the sum is, this is the output, the sum is 70. Second statement, print statement, giving the value 10. This is the example for the anonymous function or lambda function. We are calling this function is anonymous function because it has no name, no individual name, but the lambda keyword is given to that function, so this function is called lambda function. Next one, return statement. What is a return statement? What is the use of return statement? The return statement what is the significance of the return statement? The return statement causes your function to exit and returns a value to its caller. The return return statement indicates the end of the function, and also the control transfers to the calling statement by using the return statement. And finally, the return statement pass the values to the called function. The point of functions in general is to take inputs and return something. The return statement is used when a function is ready to return a value to its caller. So only one return statement is executed at runtime, even though the function contains multiple return statements. In some other example, we can give the return statement as if a greater than b, return a. If a else, return b. Here we can give the two return statement, but only one return statement is executed at one time. Any number of return statements are allowed in a function definition, but only one of them is executed at runtime. Only one return statement is executed at the runtime, so only one value is returned to the called function. This question can be asked for the examination. What is the significance of return statement? What is the significance of the return statement? The syntax of return statement is given here. Return with expression list. This statement can contain expression which gets evaluated and the value is returned. This expression, the expression means a plus b, a asterisk b, x plus y, anything else. Simply return x means it returns the value of x. X plus y means it adds the value of x and y and return the value summation value. This statement can contain expression which gets evaluated and the value is returned. The value is returned to the called program. If there is no expression in the statement, if there is no expression list in the statement, by simply giving the return keyword only, statement itself is not present inside the function, then the function will return the none object. So the display, it returns a display none, none only. This is the syntax of the return statement. Next one, example for the return statement. Here one of the example we are giving here for the return statement. Here the function name is usr underscore abs. This function is used to find out the absolute value of a given number. suppose we giving the value of x is 25. The 25 the 25 the 25 is given from the user, so the 25 is assigned to x. This is the call statement. USR ABS is the function name. Within bracket x, the parameter x value is 25. 25 is passed to the value of n or copied to the n. If n greater than or equal to 0, here 25 is greater than 0, so this statement is executed. Here two statements, return statements are given, but any one of the return statement only executed at a time. So here 25 is the greater than 0, so this statement is executed, return n, so 25, it returns the value of 25. Here you see this, enter a number 25, final output is 25. If we giving the value to minus 25 for x, minus 25 for x, the minus 25 is passed or copied to the value of n. Here this statement is not executed, else case is executed here, where because minus 25 is less than 0, this condition is false, so else case is worked here. So finally we get the answer minus of minus 25, that is also 25. So we get the answer even if we are giving whether it is plus 25 or minus 25, we get the final answer, we will get the final answer 25 only. So this is the modulus value of plus or minus 25. We are going to see this example by using the IDLE window, opening the Python 3.7.4. Open the IDLE window, file, open. Already the example is here, return statement. Here we are using the function name USR ABS of n. This is the calling statement. In the print statement, the calling function is used here. Calling statement, this is calling statement. Here x is got by the keyboard input. For example 25, the 25 is passed to the n. Finally it returns the value 25. If it is minus 25, minus 25 is passed to n, else case is worked, so minus of minus 25, that is equal to 25. Run this model by using run model. Give the value, positive value 25. The answer is 25. Again open the same one, run again this program, give the value minus 25. Now we are get the absolute value of minus 25, that is 25. Again we are getting the same value 25, here 25. This is the example for the return statement. This is the example for the return statement. Next we are going to study about the scope of variables. What is the scope of variables? Scope of variable refers to the part of the program where it is accessible. Scope of variable refers to the part of the program where it is accessible. Whether a variable accessed inside a function, then that variable is declared as the local scope. When the variable declared outside all the functions or beginning of the function, then that variable is declared as global. Here we are we will study about two scopes only, local and global scope. Scope of variable refers to the part of the program where it is accessible, that is area, where you can refer or use it, where you can refer it or where you can use it. We can say that scope holds the current set of variables and their values. We will study two types of scopes. One is local scope, Second one is called global scope. First one we are going to see about the local scope. What is local scope? When the variable is declared inside the function's body or in the local scope is known as local variable. When a variable, any variable x or y is inside the function, for example, function name, inside the function name sum, subtract, LOC, etc., that variable is called local to that function. That variable is called local. When we define that variable outside the function, then the variable is called in the global scope. What are the rules of local variable? It may be asked for 3 mark question. First rule is a variable with local scope can be accessed only within the function block that it is created in. Second rule, when a variable is created inside the function or block, the variable becomes local to it. When the variable is created inside the block, then this variable is called local variable. A local variable only exists while the function is executing. Finally, the formatted arguments are also local to that function. Here is the example for the local variable. Def LOC y equal to 0. Here y is defined inside the LOC function. So this y is called as local scope of LOC function. It is a local scope of LOC function. That means we can use this variable inside this function only. Outside we cannot use it. When you use this variable outside, it leads to error. It leads to error. Here we are using this y inside only, so we getting the answer 0. When we use this outside, we get the result name error, that is the name y is not defined. Here we are going to see by using the IDLE window. Open the local variable, local scope. Here y is declared defined inside the function, so y is called local scope. We print the value of y inside the function, so we get the result 1. We get the result as 0 because the value of y is 0. When we are using the value 1, y equal to 1, we get the value 1. We get the value 1. Suppose this print statement is placed in the outside of the LOC function, outside of the LOC function, outside of this definition, outside of the definition, it tends to error that name error. Name error, that means which error? The name y is not defined. The name y is not defined. Here it takes it as global scope, but it is not declared outside, so it tends to error that y is not defined. Y is not defined. When this statement is placed inside the scope, inside the local scope, then we get the result. We get the result 1. This is the example for the local scope. Second scope in Python, that is called local scope, global scope. What is global scope? A variable with global scope can be used anywhere in the program. We can use this global scope variable anywhere in the program, even in the inside the class, even inside the, we can use inside the local functions, etc. It can be created by defining a variable outside the scope of any function or block. It can be created by defining a global variable, and it can be used outside the scope of the also. Rules for a global variable. What are the rules for global variable? It can be asked for the 3 mark question. When we define a variable outside a function, it's global by default. You don't have to use global keyword. We use global keyword to read and write a global variable inside a function. We are going to see this explanation by using the examples hereafter. Use of the global keyword outside a function has no effect. Here one of the example, accessing global variable from inside a function. Here c equal to 1, here c equal to 1, it is defined outside the function add. So it is called a global variable. We can print this inside the function also, print c, we getting the value 1. Here add, the placement of add is in front of the def function. It is longly printed. Add is indented here, no indentation placed here. So add must be here. This is the example for the global variable. Here c is declared outside the function. So this is called global variable. So it has a global scope. Accessing global variable from inside a function. Here we are declared inside the function print c. So the value of c equal to 1. We are going to see this by using the IDLE window. C equal to 1, def add print c, calling the value add, calling the function add, c equal to 1. So answer is 1. We getting the value, run model, we getting the value add 1. Next example, modifying the global variable from inside the function. Modifying global variable from inside the function. Here c equal to 1, that is global variable, but we are modifying the value of c inside the function, incremented by 2. But we cannot modify this value inside the function. If we modify this value, we should the global keyword must be the global keyword must be used here. When we modify the value of c inside the function add, the global keyword must be used here, global c. Otherwise, it results error message, unbound local error. The local variable c referenced before assignment. So here the value of c inside the function is altered by 2, incremented by 2. When the print the value of c, here now the result is, the output is local variable c referred before assignment. You are going to see this by using the IDLE window. File open, global scope, example 2. Here my c value is updated, increment by 2. Run this program. We are getting the result as unbound local error. That means local variable c referenced before a assignment. When we use the global keyword here, global c, now we get the result 1 plus 2, 3. Save this program, run model. Now we get the result 3. So the global keyword should be used when we modify the global variable. Note, without using the global keyword, we cannot modify the global variable. So we conclude that without using the global keyword, we cannot modify the value of global variable inside the function. But we can only access the global variable. We can access by using the print statement, but we cannot modify it without using the global keyword. Here the example for changing the global variable from inside the function using global keyword. Here x equals 0, here x is the global variable. Here we are using the global keyword here, x. Here it is incremented by 5, alter this, incremented by 5, x equal to x plus y. So we are giving the value inside the add function, print the value of inside the add function also 5. In main x value is also 5. It is altered by, so this x inside the function also 5, outside the function, outside the add function also 5. We are going to see this example. File open. Global variable example 2. Example 3. Here x equal to 0. So x is called global variable. Here we are using the keyword, global keyword, in front of the global variable x, because we are incremented this value by 5. X value, global variable 5. So we should use the keyword here. Now print the value of x inside the add. Inside add function, x value is x, that is also 5. Now another print statement, in main x value is also 5. Run this model by using the run model. Inside add function x value is also 5. In main x value is also 5. This is example for the global variable. This is the example for the global variable. Also changing the global variable from inside a function using global keyword. We can change the value of the global variable by using the global keyword inside the function. Next one, we are going to see about the we can use the both the global and local variables inside the same program. We can use the global and local variable inside the same program. Here is an example using global and local variables in same code. Same code means same program. Here x is the global variable. Here global, we are giving the global keyword in front of the x because we are going to upgrade the value of x. Here y equal to local. Here y is the local variable. X is the global variable. Y is the local variable. We print both the value of x and y. X values is 8 into 2, that is 16. 16 is printed here. Y value is local, the string that is called local. So local is printed here. So we are going to see this example. We are going to see this example by using the IDLE window. File open local and global scope in a same program. Example 1. The same example. Here x is called global variable. Here y equal to local, y is called local variable. We are altering the value of x here, that is a value of global variable inside the loc function. So we are using the keyword global before the x here. Both values are printed here, x and y. X is 16, 8 into 2, that's 16. Y is local. Run this program by using the run model. Now 16 and local are the display. This is the example for using the global and local variables in the same program. Next example, global variable and local variable with same name. In the previous example, we are giving global variable as x and local variable as y. Here we are using the same variable name inside the global variable and local variable. Both of them has the same variable name, that is x. Then here x equal to 5, this is the global variable. Here it is printed in the outside of the function LOC. So global x value is 5. Global x value is 5. Inside the function x, another x is defined here. This x is not the global variable x, but this is the local variable. This is local variable that has the value 10. This value of variable is printed inside the LOC function. So local of x, that value is 10. So local variable x value is 10. Global variable x is 5. Both x are different. Here both x, the first x is the global variable, second x is the local variable. This is the output. Local x, 10 is called local scope variable. Here 5 is called global scope variable. We are going to see this by using the IDLE window Python 3.7.4. Open the second program of local global scope example 2. Local global scope example 2. Here this x is called global variable, but this is the different x. That value is 10. That is inside. That is defined inside the function LOC. So this x is called local variable. So local variable x value is 10. Global variable x value is 5. Run this program by using the run module or F5 key. Local x value is 10. Global x value is 5. In this program we are giving the same variable name inside the function and also outside the function. That's both the variable name, global and local variable name has the same name x. This is the example program. That's all, students. Thanks for watching. Thank you.